Han habido muchos de estos. Sinkhole. Do you remember the first one? That was very, very, very popular. That people from the United States, some engineers from the United States, they came here in order to help some of the engineers that we have from Guatemala. What are this sinkhole? Because there are two. One is already closed, but the other one is, I think they're still working on it. What are they? What is a sinkhole? This one. ¿Dónde están ahora? Estos. ¿No? Estos agujeros, ¿en dónde están? ¿Se recuerdan? ¿Dónde hubo el primero? Guys, no? You don't remember? En Villanueva, ¿recuerdan? Que hubo el primero, donde se fue lastimosamente, hubo algunos accidentes. And there is another one. So we have two. Okay? So we're discussing this one. And we also discuss some of the words that are vocabulary. Okay? We will talking about the flood, casualties, death toll, proper damage, and breaking news. Okay? We did the exercise, which are some of the synonyms that we have for this type of vocabulary. And when we talk about death toll, is the total number of people that have died in an accident, in a war, or in a natural disaster. The damage, it is called damage when you damage something that is physically or something that is, it's an object. Injury is when you get an injury and you harm, but it's a harm to a person, to people. And word of mouth is when you find out, is when you don't like to read newspapers, you don't like to watch news, but you find out about a certain topic because other people is talking about that and someone tells you. So that is word of mouth, okay? The boca en boca, okay? That is the idea. Now, we're going to stop there. And I will show you a video that talks a little bit about a natural disaster, but we won't watch it all, okay? We'll only watch the first part. It is very interesting, and then we continue with another thing, or if you have questions, you tell me, okay? It is clear so far? Is it clear? Yes? Are there any questions? No? Okay. Okay, so let's start with this one. So let me move this one.
Smile and learn.
Hey friends, did you know that
Sorry.
nature is in a constant process of change? We call these changes natural events. A natural event is an event that occurs in nature and is not directly caused by humans. There are many types of natural events such as rain, wind, or tides. When these events become dangerous and destructive, we call them natural disasters. Learning about natural disasters helps us to be forewarned and avoid damages. Do you want to know more? I'll tell you about a few of them. Earthquake. An earthquake, also called a seism or tremor, is a sudden movement of the earth due to the collision of tectonic plates with each other. Tectonic plates are like pieces of a puzzle that make up the earth's surface that are constantly moving. Sometimes these tremors are very slight and are not even noticeable, but other times they can be very strong and cause personal and property damage. We use the Richter scale to measure earthquakes' strength. The largest earthquake ever recorded was 9.6 on the Richter scale. Impressive, right? volcanic eruption. A volcanic eruption happens when fissures are formed in the Earth's crust and magma comes out of the Earth's interior. What is magma? Magma is molten rock at extremely high temperatures. When magma leaves the Earth's surface, we call it lava. In addition to magma, volcanic eruptions also emit gases and ash that can be harmful to living beings. Here's an interesting fact. 75% of all the volcanoes in the world are located in this area called the Pacific Ring of Fire.
When they call the Pacific Ring of Fire, can you notice if we are in the Pacific Ring of Fire? Are we there? Is Guatemala in the Pacific Ring of Fire?
Yes.
Yes, because we have a lot of volcanoes. That's what is very. I think that we are attained of used to have this type of shakes. Is very common for us.
Did you know that volcanic eruptions are extremely powerful and can cause earthquakes?
Okay, and the rest of the video shows all of the different type of natural disasters. Okay, I will give you the link of the video so you can watch it later. Okay, so basically this is what we're talking about. Everything related to natural disasters. Probably we won't see them specifically one by one, but probably we will see some of them. Okay, like this one. So that was basically that we did yesterday. Okay, now what happened when we want to talk about something? Okay, and that's related to the next topic that we're going to talk about. Now, when you are talking about something that somebody said, or asked, or did, you are reporting. Okay, so for example, if a very simple example. Yesterday, I talked to you about the Moodle platform and how we're going to use it. Yesterday, some of you didn't were in the class. So you are right now, you're present. So if you ask me, I will repeat what I said yesterday. But if you ask one of your friends is reporting what I said yesterday. So probably in order that you understand what I said yesterday, he or she has to change some things in order that you understand what I said yesterday. And when a person is saying something that another person said, is a reporter speech. Have you heard about the reporter speech? No? Reporter speech is when you read a newspaper. Sometimes you read a newspaper and you start reading about an earthquake that happened like a month ago in Japan. And when you're reading it, you can notice that in the newspaper, they appear quotation marks. ¿Cuáles son las quotation marks? ¿Qué son las quotation marks? Si hago así, ¿qué es?
Signo de interrogación.
Comillas, entre comillas, ajá. When you read something in quotation marks, son las comillas, it's because you are writing the exact words that the person said or that the author thinks. That is a reported speech. And most of the time you have it in a written form. Okay? And that's what we're talking right now. That is the first grammar thing that we're going to talk. So we already know the general idea. Remember that the Unit 5 is about natural disasters. How they were talking about, they were presenting the natural disasters. They were presenting a story about a natural disaster that was this conversation. and they were talking about a natural disaster that happened in Slovakia, that it was a flood. And they were comparing this natural disasters with the one that they had in New Orleans in United States. And they were comparing two things. Okay. But what happened if someone asks you in a deeper way what happened? Or probably if someone asks you and you ask to your mom, to your dad, to your grandfather, to your grandmother, the last earthquake that we had. Okay, probably some of you already lived the earthquake that we have in San Marcos. Probably those are the ones that probably we have lived por nuestra edad. Okay, probably. And this is related to the next grammar thing that we're going to say, the indirect speech. Everything happens with the direct speech. Direct speech is when I am speaking. I am in the way I speak. Probably is not the same way, and it's not the same way in the way I write. Okay, but direct speech is when I talk in present, past, future, or I could write in present, past, or future. Indirect speech is when someone else, a third person, is saying what I said, and that becomes indirect speech because I wasn't the person that directly saying. I'm just reporting that the other person is saying. So sometimes you're going to see this one as reporter speech or indirect speech. So the book is presenting you this, and I divide it in three sections. We have the definition, what is an indirect speech. We have the type of indirect speech that we're going to see because there are different types. And we're going to see some of the grammar rules that they have for the pronoun. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. Okay, they call it direct speech and indirect speech. Indirect speech is also called reporter speech. Why reporter? Because I am reporting. That's why when you watch TV news, it says there's a reporter. The reporter is presenting you a news that probably happened 2 days ago or it's happening right now. But he is reporting, she is reporting. And sometimes they interview people. Sometimes the people, they don't like to be interviewed. So the reporter said, this morning I talked to a person and he said, or he mentioned, and he says, and he mentioned the things that the person said. That is a reporter speech. So what is a reporter speech or indirect speech? When we tell people what another person said or thought, we often use reporter speech or indirect speech to do that. We need to change some verbs tenses. If I am saying something that happened a few days ago, it's past. But if I am reporter, I have to change the tense. Okay, so that's what it says. The verb tenses change from present to past, from past to past perfect. And obviously, the pronouns. I, you, my, your, for different pronouns. Look at the first one. Sally, dos puntos. Aquí dice Sally y esto dijo Sally. I don't have time. I am saying what Sally said. So I change. Sally said, why? Because I didn't say it. Who was the person that said it? Sally. Sally said that she didn't have time. That is a reporter speech. Basically, I'm saying what Sally said. Obviously, when they change, the verb tenses change because Sally says, I don't have time in present. But when you are saying what the other person said, it's something that happened. So this one, change it to past. Sally said that she didn't have time. Peter said, I'm tired. So I am reporter. He said that he was tired. And you are saying the same idea in different tenses. Okay? And obviously, you're changing what? The pronouns. Sally, I don't have time. Pero cuando yo lo reporto, digo, Sally said that. ¿De quién estamos hablando? De Sally. No puedo utilizar el I. She didn't have time. Peter, I'm tired. He said that he refers to Peter was tired. This is a reporter speech, okay? But don't worry, you already saw this one, the reporter speech. So that comes to, there are two verbs that you use to report, to say. You use the verb say and you use the verb tell. Both of them is the same meaning. ¿Qué creen que es say y tell? ¿Qué significa eso?
Say es como decir y tell, contar. Contar algo.
Yes, in Spanish will be like that. Pero indistintamente, ambos significan decir, ¿ok? Pero hay reglas para utilizar. Cuando utilizamos el say y cuando utilizamos el tell, ¿ok? So it says, say and tell. You say something to someone. Helen said, I love you, to her dad. Rice says he has a new job. I said that I was sorry. You are saying something. ¿Cuál es ese algo que dije a alguien? I love you. ¿A quién? To her dad. Says he has a new job. He. To someone in general. I said that I was sorry. Okay, sorry to a person. So I am saying something to someone. What happened when do I have to use tell? You use tell to someone. Look at the vice versa. First, you say something to someone, but you use tell someone something. You tell someone, I need a person first to tell something. Helen told her dad that she loved him. Helen told her dad. That is the someone. And what was that something that she said? Love him. Raj told me that he had a new job. Who told me? Me. I am the person, someone. And what was the thing? He has a new job. I told Yuki that I was sorry. I told, who is the person? Yuki. And what is that something that I said? That I was sorry. Okay? So, but don't worry. This one we're going to see it in a preview, in a later presentation. Okay? So I'm just giving you the idea what is a reporter speech. So I already know that a reporter speech is when I am reporting something. And when I am reporting something, I use the indirect speech. And I have two verbs. Well, actually, there are a lot of verbs, but the book is presenting you only two verbs. Say and tell. To say something that another person did or thought. Okay? What happened? Okay? I'm giving you the general idea of what is a reporter speech. Okay? So if you realize in this chart, you have different tenses. Simple, past, present continuous, past continuous, will, and must. And we have more. Present perfect, past perfect, and we have a lot. Reporter speech, this is in the way you talk. This is a direct speech or direct speech. Okay? This direct speech, most of the time, they're saying that direct speech reports or quotes. Okay? the exact word of a spoken of a person. He said, I like her. Okay? I use quotation marks. Estas son quotation marks. Entonces, cuando ustedes miran en un periódico las comillas, es porque no hicieron ningún cambio en lo que dijo las personas. Está transcrito directamente como la persona lo dijo. ¿Ok? Its purpose is to report exactly what was said by someone by using quotation marks. Those are the quotation marks. And it says, it is accompanied or is next to by a reporting verbs. What are the reporting verbs? Say or tell. Okay? You will keep the verb tense in the same quotation, so you don't change. So you don't change the verb because this is the direct speech. Direct speech, all this is direct speech. The person said in present, quotation in present, quotation in past. What happened when you want to report this? You have to use the indirect speech or reporter speech. And that changes to indirect speech is also known as a reporter speech. Its purpose is to report on what someone said in the past. Okay? And it uses reporting verbs such as say, tell, talk, or speak, or ask. That is another verb. Normally, you will change the verb tense when you're using direct speech. Okay? This is the direct speech. And when you are a reporter, what the other person says, most of the time you have to change it. If the verb is in present and you want to report what she said, you change it to past. And you can add the word that. She said that he liked her. That. The simple past moves to past perfect. She said, I went to Paris. And when you report, she said that she had gone to Paris. So you change all this, okay? So we already know what is a reporter speech, how the verbs, how do we change it? But we have different types of reporter speech. Y nosotros nos vamos a enfocar en esta. So when you report something, you can report a statement, you can report a question, you can report a request, a command. Request commands are imperatives. Imperatives are orders. That's what the book is presenting you, okay? And orders like this. Direct speech, come with me. And I want to change come with me to a reporter speech. Yes, a come with me is not a statement. It's not a question. It's an imperative. It's an order. Come with me is an order. And I want to report the phrase, come with me. How do I report her? He told me to go with him. It's just a general idea, okay? To go with him. Don't lie to me. So every time that your mom, when you were a little kid, your mom says, don't lie to me. So my mom told me not to lie to her. Okay? In this case, it says, he told me not to lie to him. I think you should leave now. It's very late. She ordered us to leave as it was very late. Okay? Those are different type of commands. Commands are, come with me, don't lie to me, open the door, don't be back late, don't answer the phone, turn the music down, I'm trying to get to sleep. Those are commands. And the book is presenting you commands. Okay, so I'm going to go to this part of the book. You remember that I told you that I divided the section in 3. This is the one that the book is presenting you. So I already explained you what is a reporter speech, the definition I already told you. And there are different types of indirect speech. And the book is presenting you, that's why it says imperatives. So you already know what is an imperative. Remember that all this is related to natural disasters. When you are involved in a natural disasters, there are people that are ordering you what to do. Okay, if there is an earthquake, they say, be careful. Try to get your 24-hour backpack. Don't run. Stay calm. Okay, those are the messages or the orders that you're going to get. So that is an imperative. And then, obviously, the pronouns change. Okay, because that's what the other person said. Okay, that's what I'm presenting you, all the story of what is a reporter speech. If you couldn't remember, or if you didn't know, or you didn't remember. Okay, so in this case, an imperative in indirect speech becomes an infinitive in the indirect speech. My words were, they said, read the weather report. Alguien dijo, read the weather report. Y yo voy a decir lo que esa persona dijo. They say, read the weather report. Está en quotation. And the rule is saying that I have to use an infinitive. So they said, I removed the quotations porque ya no puedo utilizar quotation en un indirect speech porque ya no estoy repitiendo las palabras exactas, yo le estoy cambiando. Entonces ya no está siguiendo esa regla. Remuevo las quotation marks and I use infinitive. They said to read the weather report. This is indirect speech de un direct speech, que es un tipo de imperative. Imperative is read the weather report. Tomorrow there's going to be a big storm. I recommend you read the weather report. Okay? Another person says, she says, don't go out without a full tank of gas. Recommendation, don't go out without a full tank of gas. I am reporter what I said. She says not to go out with a full tank of gas. I need the infinitive to. And when my imperative is in negative, I just write the word not and the infinitive, not to go out. That is all the grammar explanation that the book is presenting you. So you are changing direct speech with imperatives to indirect speech with imperatives. Okay? Miren esto. In the middle we return. It says, Marta told me be home before the snowstorm. Sorry. Marta told me, I take the be and I change it to be home before the snowstorm, and I remove the quotation marks. Why? Because the message. Why? Because I am repeating what the person says. In this case was Marta. Okay? So we're going to practice, don't worry. We're going to practice a lot. Is it clear what is a direct speech and what is an indirect speech? Yes? Yes? Okay. Now, in a minute we'll return. Let's try to do the number 2. Everyone is Okay. Now let's go back to this one. So the book is presenting you this one. Okay. So when we are involved in the natural disasters, most of the time we receive recommendations. And some of them, they are not a kind of recommendations that if you want, if you want, you accept or no. Sometimes they are orders, and those are imperatives. If a person it's living in an area where there is a volcano eruption, okay, the authorities, they're going to say, move, removed, move your place to, or go to a shelter. Oh, don't spend the night there. Go to a shelter. So they are not giving you the choice if you want to go or no. They are giving you an order. That's why the book is presenting you imperatives. Because when there's a natural disaster, they give you an order. Okay? That's why the book is presenting you that. So let's continue with the, and then we go to the platform that we're going to use. Okay, just let me move this one here. Otherwise, I'll show you the answers. Okay, so we were talking about this one. And we're talking about this one. And forget about this part. Martha told me. They are already giving you the first part. They want that you change this part to a reporter speech. ¿Cómo quedaría la number 2? Everyone is saying, get ready for a big storm. How would you change it? Look at the first one. Marta told me. I use the same beginning. Marta told me. But in a reporter speech, I removed the comma and I removed the quotation marks. And I changed it to this one. Marta told me to be home before the snowstorm. How would you do the number 2?
Everyone is saying to get ready for a big storm.
Okay, everyone is saying to get ready for a big storm. You are just repeating what another person said. Okay, very good. Number 3.
The radio says to get supplies of food and water in case the roads are closed.
Very good. Remember that when there is a natural disaster, so they say, be home before the snowstorm. Okay, probably if it's necessary, you can stay home. Lock the doors, close the windows, protect the windows, and that's it. Another recommendation is to get ready for the big storm with water, with food, with your personal documents ready. Get the supplies. Okay. Number 4. How would you do the number 4?
They told her don't to be home too late this afternoon.
Very good. Number 5.
Maria always.
Ladies first.
Maria always tells them, don't leave your doors open.
Not to leave your doors open. Very good. Giovanni, number 6.
Carl told me to call me when you heard the news.
Very good. Okay. So basically, those are like all the grammar explanation that I give you is because I want you that you really get the idea what is an reporter speech. Okay. Direct speech is when I said something. Indirect speech is when another person said what I said. Okay? So if some of your classmates ask you, what did the teacher said yesterday? She said that today we were going to talk about the platforms. Okay? So you are telling the person what I said yesterday. Okay? That is the indirect speech. And you realize that they changed it to infinitive. Okay? But what happened in the number 4? Remember that you removed the comma, you removed the quotation marks, and obviously, infinitive, I use not at the beginning and then the infinitive. Okay? We change it. Okay? The reporter speech. Okay? Questions so far? Questions? No?
No, teacher.
Okay.
No.
Vamos a parar un poquito aquí porque sí me interesa que ya tengan la información para matricularse a la plataforma de Moodle, perdón, de My English Lab. ¿Ok? Vamos a seguir trabajando con My English Lab. En esta ocasión tenemos solamente 3 unidades. ¿Ok? Solo denme chance, voy a cerrar todas mis ventanas aquí y coloco la de Pearson. ¿Ok? ¿Se recuerdan que tenemos... Ustedes ya tienen una cuenta, ¿verdad? Obviamente la del mes pasado, pero esa cerraba y caducaba, yo creo, en este mes. Como este bimestre fue un poquito más largo, empezamos a mitad de 15 de abril. Entonces, ahorita necesitan ustedes otra vez agregar al producto. Iniciamos con lo mismo aquí, ¿verdad? Iniciamos aquí con su nombre, ingresan con su usuario. Ese ya lo tienen ustedes. ¿Ok? Y ya tienen una cuenta, iniciamos y vamos a agregar el producto nuevamente. Necesito, aunque ustedes ya lo tengan, necesito agregar el producto porque eso es el código que me da chance a mí de unirme a la clase. ¿Ok? Entonces buscamos otra vez donde dice agregar el producto. Agregamos el producto y es el código grandote que les doy. Ese lo colocamos aquí. Agregar producto y automáticamente me va a decir el producto ha sido agregado y regrese a su tablero. Regreso a mi tablero, entonces aquí yo ya puedo ver mi libro. ¿Se recuerdan que van al área de Pearson Digital Reader Library? Vamos aquí y obviamente aquí ingresamos y vamos igual a ver, esto es para ver el libro, ¿ok? Van a tener acceso igual al libro morado, seguimos trabajando con el libro morado, ¿ok? Recuérdense que tenemos ahorita, según la tabla de contenido, la unidad 1, 2, 3 y 4 fue el curso 10. Vamos con el curso 11, 5, 6 y 7. Y el curso 12, 8, 9, 10. Por eso que ese es un poquito más corto en contenido, ¿ok? ¿Cómo vamos a tener distribuido la zona? 10 puntos aquí, 10 aquí y 10 aquí al realizar todos los ejercicios en la plataforma de My English Lab. Pero cada unidad tiene un quiz, se recuerdan, ¿verdad? Que tiene un quiz general, ¿ok? Entonces aquí tiene 10 puntos de haber realizado todos los ejercicios, pero le voy a dar 10 puntos al examen. Entonces aquí está jugándose usted 20 puntos en la unidad 5. En la unidad 6, de igual forma, otros 20 puntos. 40. Y en la última unidad, de igual forma van a hacer el quiz, pero entra como un ejercicio más. En este solo van a tener 10 puntos para hacer un total de 50 puntos de zona. ¿Ok? ¿Sí vamos ahí bien con la zona? ¿Sí? ¿Sí me comprendieron lo de la zona?
Sí, teacher.
Yes, miss.
Ok. Ahora vamos. ¿Sí?
No escuché esa parte, disculpe.
Ahorita lo coloco aquí en la otra en la plataforma. Yo creo que tal vez me van a comprender aquí mejor. Ya ingresamos el producto, ya vieron en dónde está su libro digital, ¿verdad? Ahora vamos a buscar aquí el que diga My English Lab. Ingresamos otra vez a My English Lab y me va a aparecer aquí, probablemente les aparezca este curso todavía, el curso 10 intensivo, si no, no hay ningún problema. Entran a curso, ¿ok? Y van a irse al espacio de unirse al curso. Cuando se unan al curso, les va a pedir un código. Este código, no sé cuál de todos es, pero ya me uní al curso. Lo colocamos aquí. Le va a salir otra vez el mensaje que dice transferir notas. Usted no transfiere notas. Usted le dice que no y automáticamente lo va a matricular al curso y ya le va a aparecer así. El curso se llama Curso Intensivo 11 Abril y Mayo 2023. Y les va a aparecer únicamente habilitada la unidad 5. Todavía no he habilitado los ejercicios, solo para que tengan la unidad. Les va a aparecer habilitada la unidad 5, la unidad 6 y la unidad 7. El día de ayer estábamos platicando con sus compañeros si querían utilizar la misma modalidad del mes pasado. Le abro las 3 unidades y 2 días antes de que se cierre el examen, de que llegue la fecha del examen, se cierra la plataforma, pero ustedes tienen todo el mes para ir realizando los ejercicios conforme ustedes vayan teniendo su tiempo y distribuyendo su tiempo. ¿Les parece seguir trabajando de esa forma? ¿O quieren cambiar? Ustedes deciden. Ahorita les envío el código y el link para matricularse.
Por mí de la misma forma.
Suban las manitas para saber que todos estamos votando y nos parece que sigamos igual y así cuento yo. ¿Ok? ¿Cuántos tenemos? Hay 31 presentes. Van 14, 15.
Disculpe, Miss, entonces debemos de comprar el libro.
No, yo les estoy dando un código genérico. Les alcanza para este curso y para el otro. Solo que
ok.
todo lo van a tener en digital. No lo pueden descargar. ¿Usted es nueva?
Sí.
Ok, sí, no hay ningún problema. Así trabajamos con el... Ahora, si usted lo quiere, bueno, si desea, no podrá adquirirlo porque es el libro que nosotros tenemos en existencia. Gracias, así vamos a trabajar. Bajen la manita, gracias. Vamos a trabajar, no pueden adquirir el libro porque los libros que están en existencia están dentro de las instalaciones de la USAC. Y obviamente todos sabemos la problemática que hay, entonces vamos a adquirir. Entonces está esta forma de tener el libro en forma digital. Y si se pudiese comprar el libro, de igual forma ustedes se van a dar cuenta que según la distribución, ahorita voy Giovanni, que les di, solamente utilizarían la mitad del libro prácticamente para el curso 11 y 12, ¿ok? Si así fuese, pero todo queda a discreción de ustedes, igual ustedes lo desean comprar, ¿ok? Sí, Giovanni, ¿qué manda?
Ok, muchas gracias.
¿No? ¿O solo que había quedado la mano levantada?
Sí, se había quedado la mano levantada.
Bueno, ok, no hay pena. Ya les pasé por el chat el link para ingresar, ¿ok? A la plataforma. Ustedes ya tienen cuenta, entonces solo ingresan a la plataforma y ya les pasé el código para matricularse al curso, ¿ok? Ahí está el código. Y mi correo para aquellas personas que todavía no tienen mi correo. Las personas que se acaban de ir al curso, entonces ahí está el correo, ¿ok? Voy a regresar a la plataforma y voy a explicar otra vez lo de la zona, ¿ok? Ya cuando ustedes están matriculados, cuando ustedes ingresan, ya les aparece aquí el curso intensivo 11, abril, mayo, ¿ok? La unidad 5, esta unidad, vamos a trabajar la unidad 5, la unidad 6 y la unidad 7, 20 puntos de la unidad 5, 10 puntos de todos los ejercicios, más un quiz que hay ahí que va a ser de 10 puntos netos y los otros 10 puntos netos de todos los ejercicios. Total serían 20 puntos de la unidad 5, 20 puntos de la unidad 6, de igual forma 10 de ejercicios y 10 de un examen. Y la unidad 7 que va a ser solo de 10 puntos y obviamente cada unidad tiene un examen, pero la unidad 7, ese examen solo se cuenta como un ejercicio más, ¿ok? No como 10 puntos netos de zona, para un total de 50 puntos. ¿Sí? ¿Estamos bien? Oscar. ¿Se me fue Oscar? ¿O no está Oscar ahí?
Disculpe, solo no me aparece el curso intensivo 11 de abril, mayo, no sé.
Ya se estaba matriculando.
Sí.
Ok, los que tengan un problema de matriculación se pueden quedar conmigo y les explico más o menos, y los que no, nos retiramos igual, no hay ningún problema, y el día de mañana continuamos con la clase, ¿ok? Ahora, si se quieren quedar para ver lo de, tal vez Roxana aquí que tiene un asuntito con la matriculación, se quedan, ¿ok? No hay ningún problema.